All right, we're live on YouTube, live on Instagram. How long has it been since I've done a video? It feels like years. Maybe it's 2 weeks that I've been off and traveling around, but connecting, saying hello. What does Instagram say? We're telling your followers that you've started a live video. So I hope everybody just skips forward maybe 30 seconds to a minute here while those join us. Whoever just joined us on YouTube, say hello. Thank you for jumping in, and we'll get started here in just in a second. All right, let's get at it. I wanted to talk today, unless anybody has anything else they want me to talk about, please throw out comments in the comment section. Ask some questions. Let me know what topics you might want covered. But I'm going to talk about turnaround leadership. For the last couple of weeks, I've been working on a deal. I've been working on an acquisition of a company that is in receivership, and which is a Canadian insolvency process. So it's in receivership, and what you do is you try to buy the asset. You make a bid, and we were successful on the bid, and you try to buy the assets from the receiver, and it ends up court approved, and it's a complicated, quick, speedy transaction. And so I've been working on that, and the first part of this is you go to the company, which I have done a couple times now, and you sit and you talk to senior management. Say, hey, I won this bid. I put in a bid. I won this process. I want to work with you, and we're going to go into a new company. We're going to hire all you people, and tell me what you think is wrong with this business. How are we going to fix it up? You have the same conversation with customers, right? You talk to them, say, we're going to buy this business. Can we bring the business over to this new company, and will you stay with us? So you have that conversation. You talk to suppliers. Excuse me. You talk to suppliers, and you say, we're gonna start up this new business, this new company. We're buying this business. We want you to continue to supply us. We're not looking for credit right now. So you have these conversations with all of the key stakeholders of the business that you are trying to acquire, and everyone asks the same question, or in this instance, everybody asks the same question, which is, what's your vision? What's your vision for the business? Which, if you think about what that really means, that question, it really means, why are you here? Why are you buying this business? Why have you come to our jurisdiction? Because this business is on the other side of the country where I am right now, which is a long way. Why are you coming here and buying our business? And it's a very reasonable question. If you were an employee, you would want to ask the same thing. And so you think about this, and how would you answer that question? You're a turnaround leader. You're trying to buy this business. What would you say to employees, to customers, suppliers, when they're asking you, why do you want to buy my business? Why do you want to be my boss? Why do you want to be our supplier? Why do you want to be my customer? What is your vision for this thing? Would you talk about where you want to see the company 3-5 years from now? Remember, this is a troubled business in receivership. Would you talk about where you want to be 3-5 years from now? Would you talk about where you fit into the global supply chain? Would you talk about your values and how you operate as an acquirer of businesses, that you're an entrepreneur or that you're a fund? All right, how would you handle that question? To me, that question is an opportunity to persuade, and to what you call in persuasion, pace and lead, which is to get to the core of what resonates emotionally for the person that's asking the question. What are they thinking? Don't forget, again, this is a troubled company. It's in receivership. It was close to liquidation a bunch of times over the last year. And what are these? And what are, as a stakeholder, as someone that's relying on this company for a job, as a customer of this company, what is resonating with you? Here was my answer. I said, just imagine that you're a young adult with in critical condition, in an ICU, in the hospital. You've been there for months. You're bedridden, and someone comes to you and says, hey, what is your vision? Where do you want to be with your career 20 years from now? You're in ICU. Where do you want to be 20 years from now? You don't have an answer for that. You don't have an answer. Because what you're thinking about is, how do I get to tomorrow? How do I get healthy enough to get through to tomorrow? And then next week, and then the month after, and then the year after. How do I get from where I am right now to stable? Stable is the key to all of this. How do you get to be a stable, healthy platform as an individual if you're sick, as a business? How do I get to go from where I am to stability? Because once I have stability, right, I have the ability to be creative. I'm not under the gun. I'm not having fires. I'm making a little bit of money. I'm paying my people. I'm paying my suppliers. You need to focus on stability. So I'll tell you what my vision is, was my answer. My vision is to focus on changing culture, to change culture from secretive, from authoritarian to a culture of open and respectful teamwork. To change from secretive and authoritarian, if I could even say that word, to open and respectful teamwork. My focus will be on changing culture from deception to integrity, and my focus will be on developing systems for unobtainable goals of perfection on delivery times and quality. So open, honest, teamwork, delivery times, quality. That's what we're going to focus on. It's going to take 6 to 12 months to make those changes. And when we're done with that, we will be stable. And when we're stable, we can talk about broader vision beyond that. There's an obvious role for vision in business, right? But if you're a stakeholder of a troubled company, it's not some sort of grand 3-5 year out vision that's going to resonate with you at an emotional level. It's not going to capture your imagination, right? If you're a healthy company, you're developing a new style watch or an iPhone, sure, captures your imagination, which then attracts resources, financial and human resources. But if you're in a troubled company, if you're in a crisis, that's not what attracts your imagination. What attracts your imagination is something that's tangible, open, honest plan that pace and leads, that speaks to what your fears are and what your concerns are. Am I going to keep my job? Is this company going to continue to deliver to me, or do I have delivery issues with this particular supplier? You speak to that. That's what you do. And anytime you find yourself or your management team pitching a vision of happiness and everything positive while in a crisis, you've lost your opportunity to persuade. I've told you many times before, I think I've covered this on the Martinis with Scott channel. You go back to the beginning of COVID and you look to the US president at the time was Trump for this global pandemic, and it was terrible messaging. Everything he did may have been great. You may love it, you may hate it. It doesn't matter. You may, recognize that he got vaccines out the door, did whatever he had to do. It doesn't matter the point, but the messaging was terrible. The messaging was terrible because what he was pitching and what his government, his administration was pitching at the time was, this is no big deal. We're going to get through it. Everything's going to be great. Trust me on this. Everything's going to be great. Wrong message. That's pitching vision in a crisis. What you need to say is, we got lots of trouble with this. It's going to be bad. Here's what we're going to do about it. Okay. And that's how you persuade in a troubled business. And if you're doing the opposite, you're probably making things worse. All right. I just wanted to do a quick touch base today. I haven't had a show out in a couple of weeks. We've been busy. We've been handling a lot of things. I needed a week off anyways. And so I took that. Happy to be back. Tomorrow is Thursday, and that's Canada Day in Canada. So I'll be on holidays, but I do have a live recorded podcast to get out for you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern is when we typically release that. And then we'll be back to our usual weekly Martinis schedule from there. Also, please subscribe on YouTube. Please follow me on Instagram. Oh, my phone's shutting off here. Please follow me on Instagram. LinkedIn, this exact content was out in writing. It's had, I think, close to 4,000 views so far. So this topic certainly resonates with the LinkedIn followers. Hope everybody's having a great week. And if you're in the west of North America, I hope you're surviving the heat. We've been struggling out here. All right, everybody. Thank you. I'm going to sign off on YouTube first.